GameSir have once again redefined what a budget controller can do, so let's see why I think the Nova Lite 2 is one of the new top 5 gadgets. Third-party controllers used to be that dusty old mad cats that sat in a corner and would break just by looking at it, but in recent years companies like GameSir have come along and redefined what budget third-party controllers should be. Controllers like the Nova from GameSir were so game-changing that they redefined what is a budget controller, and once again GameSir have upped the game again with the Nova Lite 2. So let's take a look at the specs of the Nova Lite 2 and see why I think this £30 controller is such a compelling choice. As a multi-platform wireless controller, it is fully compatible with PC, Nintendo Switch, Android and iOS. It is worth pointing out that it's not currently compatible with PlayStation or Xbox, as is the case for most third-party wireless controllers at the moment. Connectivity is either through a standard Bluetooth or through the supplied wireless dongle. I'd say always use the supplied dongle, as you'll be able to take full advantage of the full functionality of this controller, primarily with its super fast polling rates. Those polling rates are quoted at 1000 Hz, which is as fast as you can get right now, but to achieve this, as I say, you do have to use the wireless dongle supplied or use the controller in wired mode. This won't work with the Bluetooth connectivity. Onto the physical parts of the Nova Lite 2, the joysticks are an asymmetrical layout and are powered by GameSir's trademarked Hall Effect modules. Hall Effects are magnetic joysticks that don't use any friction in which to actuate. All this means for you as a player is that you won't get stick drift with these, as you tend to do with potentiometer joysticks like we saw with the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, and in truth most of the other first-party controllers tend to use potentiometers and tend to develop stick drift in their lifetime. Hall Effect gets around that, and GameSir have included that with the Nova Lite 2. The joysticks also have anti-friction rings around the gates, which is such an amazing feature and really adds to the kind of premium feeling that this controller gives you. The triggers too are Hall Effect, which is amazing. They also have physical stoppers too, so you can set them to be a more hair-like trigger for first-person shooter games, or back to full analog mode for racing games or games that use full analog trigger inputs. The bumpers are mechanical switches, which is really nice to see here too. They're super fast actuating, that clicky style. No word on what switches they actually used inside these, but most mechanical switches have a far longer lifespan than their membrane alternatives. The D-pad is where we see a massive upgrade here, and it is pretty incredible, with a circular mechanical button design that has been designed in collaboration with a fighting game world champion, so you know the D-pad is epic. The two back buttons that are supplied are that mono brow style, but are fully programmable, including mapping, true button swapping and macro recording. You also have a 600 mAh battery rechargeable via USB-C or with the additional Nova dock. There's also dual rumble motors inside the handles of the joysticks as well, with 5 levels of fine detail adjustment you could do to the rumble modes. So as you can see, it crams a massive amount of technology into this budget controller, and getting to use it, it doesn't disappoint here either. The D-pad, joysticks, bumpers and triggers feel genuinely beautiful, fast actuating and responsive. Those mechanical switches in the bumper and D-pad in particular are next level. The joysticks are buttery smooth, like ridiculously smooth, which just adds to the premium feeling that this controller is going to give you, which is even more surprising again when we consider that £30 price point. But those anti-friction rings are really doing an amazing job at making this feel way more premium. Overall, the weight and ergonomics are just lovely balance. It's really well conceived, and truthfully it's hard to conceive how much GameSir have crammed into this controller. It almost feels a bit too good to be true. The only genuine negative I could level at this controller is those membrane face buttons. They do feel a little mushy with some pre and post travel with actuation, but that is the standard with membrane buttons. We just come to accept it. And truthfully, I am really splitting hairs when criticising these buttons. Now, considering that all of this is crammed into just a £30 controller, it's impossible for me to properly criticise it. In fact, it's impossible for me not to suggest that you go out and buy this if you're looking for a high quality budget third-party controller. But is this one of our new top 5 gadgets? I'll let you guys decide down in the comments, and whilst you're down there, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more top 5 gadgets, and I'll see you in the next one.